Good evening to one and all. Today, this video is for class 10 standard biology, that is the chapter evolution for today. And today we'll be seeing theory of inheritance of acquired character, which is given by Jean-Baptiste Pierre Antoine de Monet Lamarck. Yes, it's the full name of Lamarck. It is the full name of Lamarck. Lamarck was a scientist and he was actually a botanist and zoologist both. Lamarck was both botanist as well as the zoologist, and he has coined the first term, that is theory of inheritance of acquired character, and which has proved a very much solid evidence of evolution. Not only evidence, but it has found its application in the theory of evolution. How Lamarck has proved it in his theory, how Lamarck has done with his theory, how he has how he has allowed us to understand that yes, that this is what would have happened at that time, and so it has given a very foolproof theory on evolution. We will see in this class that how Lamarck has proved that theory of inheritance of acquired characters, which is given by Jean-Baptiste Pierre Antoine de Monet Lamarck. Then, now Lamarck's theory was based on four things: growth, need. First one was growth. Second one is new organism as the result of need. New organs, not organism, I repeat, I'm sorry. New organs as the result of need. As first one was growth, second one new organs as the result of need, third one use and disuse, and fourth one inheritance of acquired characters. Now first one, growth. Lamarck said all the organism will grow in their life. All the living organism will grow in their life. The organism which is not growing, it won't be a part of evolution. Now Lamarck said new organism as the result of need, which means a clear notification that when he's saying that new organism as the result of need, it simply means that if an organism needs any organ, then automatically in the course of time, that organ will form in the organism's body. For example, human needs a certain point of time, human needs liver, then the liver came. Why? Because it's a part of evolution. Evolution means change, adaptation, how we are changing in our environment and how the environment is allowing that evolution to happen. So he said new organs as the result of need means whenever there will be a need for an organism, the organ will be developed within the organism and the organism will feel the organ. The organism will feel the presence of the organs and its function. Now, use and disuse. This one is the really important one. Use and disuse means Lamarck said very clearly the use of the organs will make the organ very much strong and will allow the organ to do a lot of work, and the organ will not disappear in the course of time. It means when he said the theory of use and disuse, it simply means that organs which will be in use will become stronger, and in each and every generation it will be persisting, it will be sustaining. And when he said about disuse, it means if any of the organs are not in use within the organism, if any of the organ is not in use within the organism, then that organ won't be shown in the upcoming generations. Use and disuse means the organs which will be in use will become very much stronger, will be appearing in each and every generation. But the organs which is of no use, it won't be appearing in each and every generation, and after few generations it may disappear. Now, next he said inheritance of acquired characters. It means that if a ancestor has acquired some characters according to the environment, the character will transfer to the offsprings and to the other younger generations also. How? We all know giraffes and goats, right? So generally what happens, there were no giraffes earlier. There were goats-like organism. Giraffes were previously, the ancestors of giraffes were just goat-like. They were not having a long neck. Now what happened? In the very interesting thing it is, in the hilly regions, there were very less grass or no grass found. So what this goat did, this goat start to stretch their neck to go to the top of the plant to eat the leaves. The goat started to stretch their neck. The goats started to stretch their necks to reach to the top of the plant, and there it may eat the leaves. So that stretching of the neck in each and every generation allows the neck to grow longer. And this physical character has now become a genetical character. How? Though the neck was stretched by the body cells, by the somatic cells, and not by the reproductive cells, but slowly it went to the reproductive cells. It went to the reproductive cells. And what happened? Same behavior was uptaken by the different generation. Same behavior was now uptaken by the next generation, by the other different generations of the goats. And now the goats of the hilly regions has started to stretch their neck. And now as soon as they started to stretch their necks, what happened? The necks become elongated and the goat has now turned into giraffe. And this theory of inheritance of acquired characters is rightly fit upon the goats. And now the goats has completely converted into the giraffe. The goats has now completely converted into giraffe, especially of the hilly regions. But now the question is that why the goats in the plain regions has not converted? Because plain regions were having lot of grass and goats were getting lots of grass to eat and to hover around. And the goats were eating those grass on the ground. So they need not to stretch their neck to go to the top of the plant or the trees to eat those leaves. That is the reason why it happened. Now, this theory of inheritance of acquired characters given by Lamarck, along with the example of the giraffe, has shown that yes, this kind of things, though it is physical, though it was done physically, but since it was done continuously, it has now came into the reproductive cells also, and through the reproductive cells, it went to the next generation, and the next generation also tried their level best to stretch the necks, and finally, the goats has now turned into giraffe. So this is what Lamarck said. Now, evidence from vestigial organs. How the evolution gives us a clear evidence through the vestigial organ. Now, vestigial organ in our body is the external ear pinna. Previously, our ancestors were having large ears. Why? To show some behavioral characteristics. Why? Because our ancestors, they were not having a good language. Our ancestors, they were not having a good proper language. So to show emotions, they used to wave around their ears to show some emotions. But gradually, due to time, what happened? We changed, we evolved, and finally we become modern man. So we are knowing good language. We are civilized now. We know language. We know some people are multilingual also. They are knowing lots of languages. So we are conveying our emotions through words nowadays. So there is no need. And since it was not used, the big ears, similarly use and disuse is coming here. The ears are not used. The big ears are not at all in use nowadays. And now what happened? We are having a reduced size of our pinna. Very reduced size of our pinna. Now, similarly, the nictitating membrane was there in our eyes. Our ancestors were having a very thick nictitating membrane in the eyes. This nictitating membrane, our ancestors, they used to hunt and eat the animals. They used to hunt the animals. They used to hunt with the weapons. So whenever they used to hunt in different weather conditions. That time the nictitating membrane used to protect their eyes, especially the pupil, the iris and all. But now we don't need it. So it has reduced and it is having less function. Next one, apart from nictitating membrane and the pinna, vermiform appendix. Our ancestors were having very large vermiform appendix, so that whatever raw they used to eat, raw leaves, raw branches, raw vegetables, they used to digest it. Why? Because larger the size of appendix, more the presence of enzyme cellulase was there. Now we are not eating anything directly, we are cooking it and eating. So there is no use of appendix. So appendix was kept on used very less. And now the appendix has become very smaller in size. Now, wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth is present. It is the last molar teeth in our mouth. The wisdom teeth of our ancestors used to help them to eat the tough foodstuffs. Means they were not able to cook properly, so the foodstuffs were very much tough. That time the molar teeth or the wisdom teeth at the back of the mouth used to crush it properly, used to crush the food properly and then to swallow it. But now it is of no use. We are cooking it properly. Even the food is hard, we can make it soft by our logical brain. We are doing it, so there is no need of it. And that's the reason why the wisdom teeth, there is no there is no enough space in our mouth. Previously we were having space in our mouth, but now we are not having any space in our mouth for the wisdom teeth. So some of us are not getting the wisdom teeth throughout the life, but some of us are getting. Some of us still we are getting the wisdom teeth, but some of us are not getting the wisdom teeth properly. Why? Because there is no use now. Now slowly these all organs which are evoluted, as well as the organs those which are not of any use, will now disappear. Now this vestigial organs actually means the organs which were in use for our ancestors, but now though the organs, though it is present, but its size is reduced, as well as its function is also reduced. And we may also quote here that in the near future those organs may disappear because it is not being used, it is disused now. It is not being used. So that's why theory of use and disuse is given by Lamarck, that organs which is of no use maybe disappear. So since we have been evoluted since long, so maybe we can see after 300 or 400 or 500s of human evolution, we can see the absence of nictitating membrane, no wisdom teeth also for the whole population, and the size of the appendix will be reduced, or the appendix may be missing also from our body. So it is of not at all a surprise. It is not at all a surprise that whether the appendix has disappeared, or wisdom teeth is not there, or the nictitating membrane is not there. But at the same time, it is a part of evolution because it is not being used now. So I hope it is clear. Please go through the text, match it with the video, and if any doubts, you can ask. Thanks a lot.